You are listening to the Hello Stranger Show podcast.
Episode number 3.
We are the 99%.
Hello, stranger.
Hello, stranger.
Hello, stranger. Hello, stranger.
Hello, stranger.
Hello, stranger.
Hello, stranger. Hello, stranger.
Hey, this is Adam, host of the Hello Stranger Show. In this episode, we're going to get a bit more serious and topical. The Occupy Wall Street movement started a few weeks ago in New York City. Thousands of people have taken to Wall Street since, many not leaving the area in a hope that their voice will be heard. Anger over a corrupt financial sector that's bailed out by a do-nothing government seems to really fuel the fire of these protesters. The movement is spread throughout the country, with anxieties about the growing inequities and poor economic outlook. Cities throughout this country are having their own Occupy movements, consisting of very diverse people, struggles, stories, and ideas. I went to downtown Portland, Oregon, the Occupy Portland rally, and asked people to share their perspective with this show. I hope the passion you're about to hear is an inspiration. What does this movement really represent to you, and what does it all mean?
I'd say this movement means it's a younger generation finally taking responsibility. It's a group of people that are learning how to govern themselves. They're both angry with the way things are going in society, and as people can see, there's a variety of specific interests here. But there's just a common theme of injustice, inequality, and poverty. And I think it's those values that people find more, upsetting than just some simple economic things. So,
and what do you think the solution is, or where does it lie?
Oh, that's a really good question. What do you mean, like a solution to like those
to the inequities that you're talking about, and to the system in general? Like, what's the solution?
Oh, I think this is it. I mean, this isn't definitive or the end of anything by any means. I mean, this is very much the beginning. But I'd say, organizing, educating people, taking responsibility for our actions and for making changing the way the world works.
Right.
But I think this is it. When people put their differences aside and start working together.
All right, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Why are you here, and what does this all mean?
Well, for someone as young as me, I'm here because my future means something. I feel like I'm not going anywhere right now. I feel doomed to my existence, and honestly, that's not how I want to live.
Right.
And I'm here to support everyone else that feels the same way. Even if you aren't the youth, you're tired of it. We're tired of being that 99% that has no say, even though when we come together like this, we have so much power. And I'm here for as long as it takes, basically, because I believe that if we stay together, we can make a difference because we are the 99%.
What's the solution? Or is this the beginning? Is this the road that's going to lead there? Or do you have any thoughts on a solution? It's heavy.
I could say so much, but
I mean, what would you like to see change immediately to get the ball rolling?
I don't know, maybe just see that we're not just being, this isn't nothing. that I don't know what the change. There's so many reasons why people are here, and it's not so much authority. Like, it's such a huge question, but I just don't want to see this go to waste. I want to see, even if it's a change that doesn't happen right away. I think that if we stay together and if the cities keep growing, we will see a change eventually. So, I don't know what that change would be, because there's so many so many things we want to change right now, but at least education and healthcare, something more not so intellectual, and things that will help our generations keep growing into a better place,
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
What does this movement mean to you? What are you seeing here?
Well, I'm here because I have two young sons. Well, they're not so young. They're 24 and 22. And I think unless there's some kind of radical, quick change in this country, that within their lifespan there'll be a major die-off, whether that's through, pushing the climate past the tipping point or causing us all to fight over the remaining food and water that's left. So something has to change really dramatically. So I'm here because I sense that energy. I sense it particularly among young people that are the ones, they're the permanent underclass. And so they, when there's not enough food and there's not enough housing, they're the ones that don't get it. And they're the ones with the energy. So I have great respect for what's happening here and want to be part of it.
What do you see as the solution, or the road to the solution?
Well, the solution is, and I guess maybe I differ some. I think some of that 1% is in all of us, and we have to learn, give up that desire to have more stuff all the time and learn a way to entertain ourselves without spending a whole lot of resources, and people are doing that with music and dance and celebration and working for things they believe in.
Great, thank you. So what does this mean to you? What's this movement all about?
For me, the single most powerful aspect of it right now is just people coming with all their million different reasons for being here and seeing that they can still have the space in common and be feeling positive about it and excited to see each other. Right. And from there, who knows what happens. But I think it was really important that people saw that all these different issues are actually the same concerns, just for a better quality of life, and we want to be able to take care of each other and not be impeded.
What issue are you most passionate about?
I think there's a tremendous amount of money being wasted on war, and our schools are crumbling and our institutions are crumbling, and the fall of the economy is being blamed on the public service people that have done their best to try and help us get through the recession. And I think the fact that unions are joining up, like with Occupy Wall Street, is very, very powerful. Yeah. And here too, they're bringing food and supplies and they march with us, and I want to see people recognize they have the power to change where that money is spent, but they won't do it without a push.
And what do you think the real solution is to bring about this change?
Participation. More people need to feel that they have a voice and that they can do something about it instead of feeling powerless, because then things just keep on going the way they are, if that's the case.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
That is what hypocrisy looks like! That is what hypocrisy looks like! That is what hypocrisy looks like! This is what democracy looks like! That is what hypocrisy looks like! That is what hypocrisy looks like!
What does this all mean to you? What's this all about? And what's your cause here?
Well, it's twofold. I'm here for myself personally. I have a personal interest in that I want to get my story out there of being assaulted by my white coworkers at the VA hospital 3 years in a row, and my supervisor telling me my mother should die when she had a stroke.
I'm sorry.
As well as threats on my life and constant situations that would arise in order to inhibit any progress or for me to even have a normal day at the VA hospital as an employee. They even went as far as to tell me we deliberately do things to make things uncomfortable for you at a group morning meeting.
Man.
So I'm here today just to get my story out there, but my story seems to be America's story right now.
Right.
See? And it's more than about just me.
Right.
And I've come here today because I get to talk to people that are going through similar problems, you know? And you know what? They don't all look like me.
Right.
A lot of them are Caucasian.
Right.
And you know what? They're getting screwed just like I got screwed. And you know who's doing it? The corporations are the puppet masters, and the legislators are the puppets.
So are you encouraged just of this gathering and this movement and everything?
I'll tell you why I say yeah to that. Because a lot of people that don't even know me have stopped by to ask me what happened. And you know what? That shows me that these people care. You know, somebody cares. Somebody's listening. I was on my way out the gate to go to the restroom, and I saw that they were selling these shirts. And I stopped by and I said, "How much are those shirts?" They said, $10. Well, I only have $10, and I'm going to eat with that. I said, well, maybe next time. A man who I didn't even know said, "I'll buy you one."
Oh, that's great.
He didn't even know me.
That's great.
And you know what? I felt good accepting it because the man was so sincere.
Right.
And it was nothing to him. It was just another human being looking at me as a human being.
Yeah, that's great.
And that's why I'm glad that you stopped, because that shows something about you, that you care about my story.
Absolutely.
So thank you for being a human being.
You bet. What does this all mean to you? What's this experience all about?
Well, the experience is all about that this is an alternative to how things are. Pretty much, like as they say, to use the phrase, the 1% has set all the rules and said this is how it is and you have to accept it. There isn't any other way. And this obviously shows that there's a total other way we could be doing things.
Right.
And we've just been sold a black box that they want us to be in. So this is about lifting the lid off the black box, getting out of it, and seeing a whole world around you.
What issue are you most passionate about here? I see your sign with the healthcare.
Well, this is PPC, Patient Physician Cooperatives. It's a healthcare co-op, and to describe the same model about what the 1% is doing, so is insurance.
Right.
They say there's one way to do things, there's one kind of medicine, and you want to pay for it. So unfortunately, the word healthcare now means money and insurance.
Right.
And I represent a non-profit, non-insurance healthcare co-op, where you can go have a primary care provider. Insurance is not involved, so there are no middlemen. So the prices become incredibly reasonable. Anybody can afford to have a primary care provider and see them while they're actually healthy, instead of waiting to get sick. And this attracts the kind of healthcare providers that want to see healthy people.
Take care. You too. What motivated you to come down here? What are you experiencing here? And what do you think this is all about?
Okay, well, what motivated me is I've been wondering for a long time what's the best thing for me to do about the state of the country and the kind of greed that I'm seeing and the kind of cruelty to each other that I'm seeing in our population. And so I read an email. I'm a Jew, and it's Yom Kippur, and one of our rabbis that I'm in touch with said the thing to do on Yom Kippur is traditional to read Isaiah, and what it says in Isaiah today belongs in this square, so if I may read it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Behold,